Look at that. Was that sweet or what?
King of the intros.
No, hey, dude, Big Smitty, king of the intros, man. I brought him on. That I may be king of the live intros, but no way.
I didn't want to do one to upshow you. I'm sorry.
Dude, I appreciate that. I was waiting with the email. Every 5 minutes, I'd check it, and then I just realized that you were doing it for me, and I appreciate that, man.
The bad part is I thought this was Bra the Bikers Live, so I got really confused. But
did you? Yeah, by the way, does Bry have an agent? Is he? We'll talk about him later, right? For sure. So, hey, dude, I appreciate it. I was going to shave my head for you, but decided now that would be such a good idea.
People have been freaking out over the fact that I had hair down to my shoulders a month ago, and now I'm bald.
Yeah, dude, are you sick? Are you okay?
Yeah, that's what you have people going, man, I've been worried about you. Are you sick? I'm like, no, I shaved my head for over 20 years, grew it out a little bit, and decided I was sick of it, just shaved it again. So,
I got it. Well, I've been thinking about that, but it's happening naturally, so I'll be there soon. So, hey,
that's why we all wear hats.
I know. Hey, you think I should change the intro since all the pictures of the three of us are about 2 years old, where we were younger and skinnier? You think we should
keep them? Keep them.
Yeah,
keep them. Then we'll look better.
That's right.
You're good.
There you go, man. You can tell Smitty's in the house today because we have these salty sprinkles on. That is big stuff. So
the president's there.
Yeah, no kidding. Do we have to call him Prez, or how does that work?
The Prez. Yeah.
Wow. Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Appreciate you coming in from riding. I don't know about you guys, but I rode like a bandit this weekend. Did you guys get out at all, Smitty?
Yes, I did. We had a club meeting on Saturday, and I rode a little bit Friday, and actually got a little bit riding in the day between installing new toilets in the house.
Nice. Right.
Nice.
Yeah. Nothing like being a dad on Sunday. You know?
That boy. How about you, Colin?
I had a honey-do list this morning, but I got out for like a couple hours, and then I had to go back to the honey-do list.
Really?
Nice.
Wow. Get control, brother. Get control.
Get control.
Jack, how about you, man? I think you've been touring the whole world this weekend.
I rode the whole weekend, man. We did hundreds of miles. I mean, and at one point I was even riding. I was sleeping. It was so nice, and Miss HDR took over the controls. So, what a great weekend! But yeah, awesome. It was just awesome to get out of the house for a weekend. You know, we're like Smitty. Everybody's so busy all the time. We're like, screw it. Lock the cat in the house, give it a bag of food and some litter, and leave.
Jack, you didn't ride this weekend, did you?
What's that?
You didn't ride this weekend, did you?
Yeah, I did. Oh, absolutely.
In a Honda
CR-V. And if you've never seen one of them, it's like a Goldwing. It's got the same engine.
I'm just glad Jack said the word Honda. I feel
Honda. We have two Hondas.
I can leave happy now.
We have two Hondas.
Honda people are so nice.
And I did get to sit on the new Nightster though, and we almost brought it home, but Miss HR said it won't fit in the back of the CR-V, so we said screw it.
Hey, shit, Smitty, if we know people like This Is My Story was going to contribute, we'd have invited you a lot quicker. So
yeah, you could have came around before.
You know what? Meet the nicest people on a Honda. And then there's me. So, you know.
Yeah. Thank you. This Is My Story, first of all. Now, if I can come clean, Colin, now, did we not get a text from Jack while we were out riding that was a picture of him it looked like one of those, what do you call those old stores that your wife makes you go in all the time?
Bath and Body Works.
No, not Bath and Body Works.
Yankee Candle.
Yeah. But Jack showed us a picture of a leg with a lamp on it.
Oh,
so isn't that nice? So that's what all of us do. So that's, yeah.
Jack, you got to go visit the Christmas Story house.
You know what? I wanted to bring that home. You see that?
Dude, you guys got to man the hell up. Smitty, can you do this full time?
Yeah, I know you know my work schedule's crazy, but when I'm off, I'm down.
All right, cool.
I don't have anything better to do.
Yeah. Well,
take a guess how much that lamp was. Anybody want to guess? That was
Anybody want to guess?
Right? $150 for that damn freaking leg lamp.
How do you know?
Because I saw the picture.
There's a price
There's
on
a price on the bottom of the tag. See?
Wow.
Look at that. I was off a penny.
Yeah, but dude, how cool would that be? You could put that on the back of your bike and make a whole vlog about that.
That is true.
Come on.
Here, I want to show you this. Hold on. Wait. Check this out. Anybody remember this?
I don't know. We're gonna take Jack's phone from him in a minute. No,
I
it's a
can't
glare.
see it.
It's a glare, Jack. It's a bad glare. Is that your wife under a sink?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you guys ever watch the Christmas
What did
Story?
you two do this weekend?
You guys ever watch the Christmas Story? You communist. You're playing
All right.
communist.
All
You don't
right,
watch stories.
we are here for Big Smitty, not Jack's picture album, but
Hey.
I do appreciate.
I was mildly entertained, so
But
There you go,
the leg lamp is cool, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean that's if you haven't seen A Christmas Story and don't enjoy it, hey.
That's
Hey,
right.
Jackie Boy's got it. That's where Jack keeps her. She's under the sink all the time. I knew it. I knew something wasn't right. Right.
Something was going on.
So hey, welcome everybody. And despite Smitty saying that he was going to bring the showdown to a different level, I don't believe that, man. We needed some spunk and some fun and a Honda guy, basically, so we can feel like we're giving back to people.
Yeah, you the guy that rides a bike that only 90-year-old men ride. So yeah, I guess that's what it takes, right?
Hey, I have a 2000 Road King Classic, dude, just for that.
That's what he's talking. That's what he's talking about.
And now I'm just gonna ride that every day.
That's what he's talking about.
You can't when you bring up Road King and Goldwing. There's a big disparity between which one people think's the old man bike. So
see, Ricky. Howdy, guys. He's a good guy, and he has an Indian, and we ride together.
Yeah.
So
he lives up by you, right, Bob?
He does. It's just Jack that don't like people that don't have Harleys. So, Colin, before we get going, tell us who's in the house tonight.
Okay, my job. Let's see. Smyrna Cowboy decided he was going to jump in 30 minutes early and tell us he can't make it. So you're dead to us, Smyrna. No, I hope you have a good night, man. And thanks for catching on the replay. Jim, Bri the Biker, who was mentioned a little bit earlier. HT AV Traveler, who is always on all these streams, which is awesome. Chuck Hansen. Who else do we have here? WS Keys on 3. Jackie Boy was just popped up a second ago. NBA writer. Bob Nelson, Mr. RV man. Woo-hoo! Congratulations on that, dude. Let's see. Dallas Face Mullet. What's going on, my man? Let's see. Who else did I miss? Pete's 1800 and his brand new bike. I'm proud of you, Pete. Good job on that.
What is
Jim,
he now?
What's that?
What do we call him now? He's got like a Honda and
yeah, that's right. That's true. He's got a BMW name now.
Maybe we should just call him Confused.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. So Motor Ramblings. If I missed anybody, guys, Blue Bike Girl, Mike Bodine. Let's see, Salty and Sprinkles, Tactical Pineapple. I love that name, man. And this is my story. I want to call you out again, man, because on a couple streams, you're always popping in there with super stickers or super chats, whatever they are. So I appreciate that. Black Belt Bagger, Bobby Crooks from California, Ricky Cam, we already mentioned, Harley Throttle Juice. Got a good bunch of folks in here. Bell Rides Moto, how are you today? So thanks everybody for joining tonight, as always.
Bells,
there you go, Mr. Bob.
Thank you. Hey, Bells, I saw you on the Tollerson show today, backing in a camp in one of those big RVs. Man, you are freaking good. I gotta tell you, that's pretty special. By the way, Harley Throttle Juice, I talked about on one of my videos that really stunk about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I talked about their channel. If you don't know them, go check them out. They're on the other side of the water. And him and his wife are just good people. So check out their channel. And you're supposed to give me $20 for that. So thank you, brother. So welcome everybody. Thank you for that, Colin. It took us a long time to get to introductions, but Smitty, thank you for being on. I appreciate your efforts since when we rehearsed this.
I appreciate it.
When we rehearsed this, it took us like 16 hours to be able to connect. So I appreciate your efforts in making it work. So.
It was on my end,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Expect.
Hey, man, tell us about you, and then tell us about your channel.
So, Big Smitty Riding is a channel. I go by Smitty. Everybody calls me Smitty. Married before kids. Been riding a little over 20 years. I'm involved in a riders club here in Houston, Defenders of Animals, RC in Houston. Just started up. I'm really proud of that and proud of what we're going to do. As far as the channel goes, I do riding, Goldwing content. I try to ride other bikes when I can and just be entertaining to people. I don't take myself very seriously at all. So I just have a good time, ride motorcycles with friends and family, and just enjoy myself. And For some reason, 4,600 people have decided they want to sub to me on YouTube for reasons that I'll never understand. But hey, I'm enjoying the ride. So,
Well, first of all, it's because you have the funniest intros out of anybody. And I'm not just blowing smoke because you're here, dude.
Yeah,
It's
I appreciate
funny
it. I just, I figure if I can make myself laugh, I can make you laugh. And so I just try to make people have a good time, because if there's a lot of people who we're real serious in the world now about a lot of things, and I'm not a serious guy. I like to have a good time. I like to party. I like to ride. I like to make people laugh. So if I can have somebody get on my channel, watch a video, forget about what's going on around them, and laugh a little bit, then I've done my thing. So I'm happy.
That's
Hey,
cool,
tell
man.
us a little more about that cause you were doing with animals that you talked about earlier.
Salty from Salty and Sprinkles started the Defenders of Animals Riders Club. It's basically a Riders Club stopping animal abuse, helping non-kill shelters, and just helping the shelters and local places that are taking care of animals. We're going to have events coming up. I think in October we're going to try to do a poker run and just try to help our the non-kill shelters. And it was all Salty's idea. He came up with it, talked to me about it, and asked me what I thought, and I was all in. I think it's a great cause. A lot of people in general, not just bikers, love animals and want to help end animal abuse. And I thought, man, this is a really good way to just to get the word out there. So we actually had our first meeting yesterday, and we have our first ride and event next Sunday. We'll be riding to an event in Santa Fe, Texas. So it's an exciting deal, man. I'm very excited about it. Like I said, proud. Salty came up with the idea and did all the legwork. He did all the legwork and said, "Hey, I've done everything. Do you want to be a part?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, you've done everything for me, so yeah." So, but yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I think it's a good deal.
That's cool, man. It's one thing to say you want to do stuff, and it's another thing to do something with it. So, but by the way, thank you again, brother. We really appreciate that.
You're going to town tonight, dude. This is my story.
Definitely appreciate that. No, I appreciate what you're doing. I think that's pretty cool stuff. So, we and one of the things I talked about a little bit was the riding and the charity rides and all that stuff. So, today I was out and I wanted to just kind of get a quick group thought on. I took a couple to the face today riding, and maybe one to the knuckles. And you guys ever have anything that really hits you hard when you're riding? A bird, a rock?
I've got a great one. I used to, when I was younger and was tough, I wore just a straight little skull cap helmet. And I was one of those guys that said, I'll never have a windshield on the bike. And worked at a refinery, and we have a stretch of road called 225 that a lot of 18-wheelers go down. And on the way home, coming to where after working nights, man, a piece of tire about that big came up, flew, and hit me in the mouth and busted my upper and lower lip, right? So I come home, and, it's just going down my shirt. It's all over me. My wife goes, "Did you get into a fight? What happened to you?" I'm like, "No, I got hit with a piece of tire that caught me in the face." So after that, I started wearing full-face helmets. So
you saw it coming, but you didn't hear it, right?
I literally, it was nighttime. It comes over the top of the handlebars, and I look and go, "Well, it's too late now." So, luckily I'm not handsome, so it didn't affect me too bad. But
Colin, how about you, man?
I fall into that people that I've got struck by bees. So I got a bee in my full face helmet, which actually I didn't get stung, which blew me away. But you know how it is when you get a bee. I'm freaking out. So I'm like, ah! So I had to actually end up pulling over, pulling my helmet off, and the thing flew out. But that's the only thing that's really actually hit me. I've got hit by a couple June bugs, but normally with the full face, I'm good. But having a bee in your helmet sucks. It really does. It's not fun.
Yeah. Jack, how about you, man?
Sitting here thinking about that, we were riding. We were out today, and a lot of guys wear those new helmets. They look like baseball caps. Some guys wear when they look like bald heads. They're really cool. It looks like natural. But you know what? I was riding home one day for work. Believe it or not, a walnut fell from a tree and hit the top of my helmet. Hard. Where I came home and looked, it actually indented the helmet.
Wow.
So ever since then, I've been pretty much a fan of wearing something on your head. Doesn't have to be a full face, but something should be covering your noggin.
You had a walnut hit your helmet.
How do you know?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Because I was going underneath of a walnut tree. Makes perfectly good sense.
Dude, wow, man, I can't tell a oak tree from a walnut tree, so that's pretty cool. I like
That's
that.
because you're a city boy. See, we live in the country here, Bob.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, there's a good point.
Yeah,
there.
you know.
So today, the second stop I have, I do what I normally never do because it was hot, and I decided to ride back without my jacket on.
Whoa.
I know, short sleeves, so give me crap, right? And I also had my visor up, and I wear a full face helmet, but I had my visor up. And now that the bars are a little bit taller, you know, you're taking some stuff to the knuckles. There's just no doubt. And I can't convince myself to get hand guards on a big cruiser, but maybe I'll go there.
Did you have full finger gloves on?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I did not. So you know, if I'm going to go bad, I'm going to go bad the whole time. So I made a wrong turn. I'm going away. I don't realize. And the next thing I know, some sort of bird decided to deposit something that hit my right sunglass. And then I feel something that kind of hits my face. And at this point, I'm like, I have no place to pull over. I can barely see. I know something really gross happened. And I finally pull over, and it was just a bad experience.
Dude, was it dripping like down?
It wasn't. Fortunately, it was inside. It didn't. But for 2 miles, I'm like, don't open your mouth. Don't open your mouth. Right. And I can only see out of one. I'm just like, holy shit.
I tell you what, you don't have a mustache. You'd be. That's not.
I'd have kept it on there or something.
Yeah, it'd have been hanging there.
Bob, we need to recognize that bird though, because that was a 1 in a million shot.
Yeah.
You know, you think about it.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was. So I just thought I would share that experience.
Yeah, Pete's 1800 said hopefully you're recording a video at that time.
You know, I was not.
Oh man,
I was not, because I was convinced I was going to ride today with no recording, and unfortunately, I was able to do that. So. Of course, go figure, right? The one time I decided to act like a hoodlum. So you mentioned earlier, I think, Colin, that Bry was here.
Yes.
Right?
He was earlier. I know I've been
Did his agent approve him being here?
We can find out.
Who is this?
Penalty for that?
Yeah.
Hey, like the sorceress of propaganda for Indy Ridge and like 5 other companies.
Yeah, Smitty, what's his title?
I think it's like the sorceress of propaganda, or
it's
the
a propaganda
propaganda, or I don't. It's something. It's some sort. I don't. I just wonder when all the companies figure out that he works for each and every one of them, he's going to get fired one day.
Yes, from all of them.
He's going to get fired. It's going to happen.
Dude, he's the master, though, isn't he?
No, but he gets all the time. He'll text me, "Hey, BT Dubs, got another sponsor today." I'm like, Do they pay for your house? Do you pay for anything? He's like, yeah, they just dropped the groceries off. But really? It's crazy. The guy.
That's exactly why the 3 of us won't put Zero 3D lights on our bikes. We already have a lighting sponsor.
I'm telling you, Brother Biker, I don't believe he pays for anything. I really don't. I don't, man.
He's even making his wife wear a shirt during the day with stuff on it. There's like 6 things all over, different people on it.
Kate's complaining because he makes her wear one of those LED backboards that has lights and has advertising. And I'm like, bro, that's just wrong. He's like, she's got to get out there, dude. You know,
yeah.
So.
Hey, ABUSA's in the house. We're gonna call it the Bird Glide from now on. I like that.
Bird Glide.
Hey, Robin, the lady biker, thank you for being on, because I know it is 6:18 in the morning. And same for Throttle Juice. Hey, Robin, I know you're new where you're located, which is in Australia somewhere. And I know you and Harley Throttle Juice are like 30 minutes away. So you guys got to all ride together. You know, you got 2 great couples there. So, all right. Sorry, Bri, dude. We just had to, but Smitty made me do it. Hey, he'll get used to it, right? So, hey, I want to just talk a little bit about kids and motorcycles. I was in a dealership today, and they had like 3 of those little motorcycles that are like you can buy for $1,000. And after I was sitting on it for a while and it was going around and around, they made me get off it at the dealership. But how do we get more kids in your mind riding motorcycles is the first question. And the second question is, do you ever feel like you're riding and should be home with your kids? Or do you take them with you? How about you, Smitty?
Well, my 13-year-old son will ride with me from time to time, and he's the one of the four that I believe is going to be a biker one day. He enjoys motorcycles. He can't wait to get his first Harley. Yeah, you heard that.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's like me. Dad, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with Honda, but I really want a Harley. I'm like, yeah, son. No kid grows up dreaming of owning a Honda. I'm okay with it. So, but no, man, it's changed. Man, I'm going to sound really old saying this, but kids are on their phones and on laptops and on tablets now, and they're not outside like we were as kids. When I was a kid and a motorcycle would come down the street, the first time I saw a bike, I was like, well, okay, I want one of those. I want to look big guy with, of course, I'm a big fat guy like me with a beard, and I'm like, dude, that's what I want to be. It's not that way anymore. I think the easiest way to get kids involved now, just from my perspective, dirt bikes, and to get them on your smaller dirt track courses and get them riding that type of riding before they get on the street. I think it's more fun for them then you can get them into street bikes eventually. Because once you guys all know, once you start touring the country on a motorcycle, you can ride in a car all day and tell me how great trips are. Man, the sights, the sounds, the smells coming off a motorcycle is so much different than anything else. And I think once you get kids, once they get into that and they realize that as they get older, then it's easier. But I think dirt bikes is the way to go. Smaller bikes, get them off road first, and then transition them to the street. I think for me, that's just my opinion. So
yeah, it's kind of cool to see just people. Bell's Ride really did the same thing, right? Since he was 10, just a biker girl, same thing. Those are memories too that you make with your kids. That's super cool. So, what do you think, Colin? I know that your daughter is going to be in a bike sooner rather than later.
I have out of my 3 kids, I have one that's probably teetering on wanting to ride, but not 100% sold. I have one that doesn't want to ride and one that absolutely wants her own bike right now. And she's my youngest, and I ride with her a lot. So when she comes down, like right now she's in Florida, but when she comes down, we'll go through and take rides out, and she loves it. And I was actually just down there with her last week, and she even said, when am I getting my first bike? I'm like, well, once you get a job and you save up. And it was funny because she's like, well, I really want to get one now. So I had to explain to her about like the whole MSF and like taking the course, but it's cool that she's pumped up for it. It's cool that she wants to get like a small bike and start. And, the best feeling is when they tell you, I want to ride with you. So like they want to ride side by side with you. That is like something I'm totally looking forward to when she gets a little bit older.
Has she seen you riding?
She has.
Okay. Just asking for a friend. Just checking.
What are you getting at?
That's all right. We'll talk. And this is the daughter that jumps out of planes, right?
Yes, that's her. Yep.
Perfect.
She's the one that's jumped out twice, and then she's the one that's on a couple of my videos. She's been on there.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. So, how about you, Jack?
I was just thinking that, Colin, we've seen a girl this weekend riding on a scooter. She's a college girl. Maybe buy her a scooter to start riding around campus.
No.
No. Or you know what? Give her that street glide thing that you think is a motorcycle, and go out and buy yourself a road glide, and then she can have the girls.
Wow, man, he turned to Honda quick, didn't he?
Oh man, I tell you what, if you want something, ride a Goldwing, man. You want something.
Why you got to bash the Batwing, dude?
Now we're talking. Hey, Colin, I used to own a Batwing. I had a street glide, and I loved it. So
thank you, sir.
I did too. I loved it, and I tried.
Bob, can you mute Jack for the rest of the show? You're dead to me, dude.
I think. Wait, I could do this.
You're looking good, brother. You're looking good. So you know what? My kids didn't ride when they were younger, and they're adults now, right? But my son bought an e-bike, and he likes this e-bike, and I'm like, dude, you were like 4 months away from me putting you in a motorcycle. I'm just telling you. And he's like, no way. And he rides it for a week or two. He goes, So that would be cool. I know Moto Ramblings is his son, I think, is like 23, 24, and he's out riding with him now and just started riding. And just hope we do more of that, right? Hope we do more of that. So All
Where did
right.
Jack go? Did he go away on protest?
Yeah, that's all right. We'll just knock it. We'll boot him out in a second and bring in Bry's agent. So
There he is.
we can do that. Hey, next thing I want to talk about is I got a text today from a buddy of mine. He's actually in the group tonight, Jackie Boy, and he was just talking about he just upgraded or got some new suspension for his bike. And we're going to be talking about riding friendships and stuff in a few minutes. But he was so excited about it and the difference it was making for him. And his wife was on with him today. Is it like just me because we got suspension? It's like everybody is getting and talking about it now, right? So I don't know if there's any suspension on Gold Wings at all. So you'll have to clue us in a little bit on that, Smitty. But it seems like everybody's kind of getting that.
Everybody is in the suspension game right now as far as changing suspension. And so there's a company called Traction that makes suspension for Gold Wings, and Max McAllister, the owner, everybody says he is the guru for Gold Wing suspension. So coming from, I had a Honda Valkyrie before this, a Victory before that, and the Street Glide previously before that. And I had I thought the Victory suspension was really good, and I the stock suspension on the Street Glide, I didn't have a problem with it. I know people are changing them up now. The Gold Wing, I mean, it's the best handling bike I've owned. So people say, well, man, there's a better suspension out there. It's hard for me to like when you've upgraded to something that you feel like is great suspension. It's pretty costly to upgrade the suspension on the Gold Wing. So I'm going to stick with the stock for now. Maybe one day I'll change it, but right now I'm pretty happy. So
let me ask you, when you say expensive, is that like over 1,000, 2,000?
From what I understand, it's around $1,500. It's $2,000. It's a pretty expensive system from what I understand. I don't want to misquote it. I'm sure somebody's going to be in there going, oh, you're way off base, Smitty. But like I said, Traction is really one of the only ones that makes some performance parts and suspension parts for the newer Gold Wings. The 2018s and up. I've got a 2021. And you can find a ton of cup holders and chargers and different convenience parts, but performance parts, there's not that many out there. So,
well, when you trade that in for a Harley, you'll be able to start spending money again on stuff to upgrade for your bike.
I've always said you never know. My wife, she said you'll never say you won't go back to Harley because every bike that I've had, I'm like, oh, this is the bike, this is the one. She just shakes her head and goes, yeah, you'll never be done. There'll always be something new. So
when you leave the garage, can you hear your neighbor's lawnmower?
When I leave the garage, I have to leave for work at like 3:30 in the morning. I don't wake anybody up.
Okay.
My neighbors are so happy with the Gold Wing that they're like, man, you need to keep this bike forever because your other bikes, you would wake us up at 3:30 in the morning. They're like, now, man, we never know when you come and go. And I'm like, thanks, guys.
That wasn't very sensitive, Colin, was it?
No, it wasn't at all. Here's the thing: why are we? And the three of us have talked about this because I went this route about a year ago, and you guys just did it recently. Why are we having to do this? One, having to spend all this money on the suspension. I mean, they need to get it right, man, right out of the factory. But two, there's so many. It's a freaking game changer, man. I mean, I don't think people realize it. Like when I was riding stock, it was okay, and I think Bob and Jackie both said this. It wasn't bad, but then you get on and you upgrade them, and you're like, holy shit, like this is a world of difference. So I'm sure you guys had like the same feeling once you guys got on yours recently.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I've been having to play with the rebound a little bit, Colin. I think I told you about that. I think I moved it to a 2. Actually, I didn't like it. I thought it was too soft. And then I moved it to a 4 and didn't like it. So I ended up going back with a 3, which I think is the sweet spot, at least for me. So I know you're a 2, right?
I'm a 2, yep.
Yeah. So I'll leave that comment. I won't comment at all. But Jack, what's your thoughts on suspension?
It's kind of funny. I think YouTube drives what we do. Like, for instance, if Colin, if you didn't buy suspension, and Bob, you didn't buy it, if Colin would have said, hey, stock suspension's fine, we probably would have just all agreed with that and never even known any difference, But because, these companies do you ever notice they don't advertise on TV? You never see a Legend commercial on television ever because it's driven by social media. They don't need to do that. looking back at it now, guys, honestly, is it worth the $900 upgrade? No, it's really not.
Wow.
You can get perfectly good Legends for $600 without the rebound knob like Bob's playing with.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
I don't play with my knobs. I think it's set to 3. That's very comfortable. Right,
He said knobs.
Can you? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
What a dick. You can't be a dick all your life, Bob.
I can't.
That's what that hat looks like. Look.
Hey, dude.
Dickhead.
Admitting it's okay. And I just want you to know that I'm wearing the hat like this because you told me that since I got new bars, I'm just trying to be younger. And so I've decided that now I'm going to wear my hat backwards every time I'm around you. Just
there you go. It's a good idea.
And we'll talk about my heated grip.
No, but anyway, and I said that in my video too. The normal Legend suspension, I think, is good. That's what Touring Midwest is going to do, and put the other $300 into the front. So that's the smart money. And I think everybody would be very happy with that. But you're right. And Smitty, I've heard that from Mike Killy 7, from Moose at Ride Gold Wings. You don't need to do anything to that Gold Wing. When you buy it, it's ready to ride. It's comfortable, it's sensible, and it's good. So
like the Indians, right, Jack? The Indians
I
are
don't
the same
know.
way.
I don't know anybody that owns Indians except Paul. Hey, one other thing though I can throw into this is if you watch some guys that tour all the time, guys, they don't want loud motorcycles. Because you know what that does? It drives you batshit crazy when you're riding there. Oh, nobody wants that. You want to ride a nice wing and have a comfortable ride.
There you go.
So Smitty, you're the sensible one.
I'm the guy who's also trying to make his wing louder because I hate the fact it's so damn quiet.
Now, Smitty, we have a problem.
See, it is what it is. So, I just got lost because I'm still thinking about you adjusting your knobs. I don't know.
No, Bob adjusts his knobs. I never touch my knobs.
Okay.
Hey,
Stay in the house with him for a week.
Hey, dude, we just don't talk about it. That's all. It's just one of those things we don't talk about, but it's okay, Jack.
Bob, by the end of the stream, though, you're going to have enough money to get a new set based off This Is My Story, who keeps dropping them in here. So
yeah, no, dude, we really appreciate that for sure. So
we're going to have a big party at the summer house.
Exactly. We'll make sure we get back on that. It's funny, Toby. I guess I'm not following you. Suspension to the is not the end all answer. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot out there, but I don't know if you've rode a stock Harley for a couple of years and then put one of those sets of suspension on the bike. And then I think you may think a little bit differently. Or
I mean, all three of those brands you had up there, Olene's, Progressive, they're all great brands.
Yeah, they're all great brands.
Yeah, no doubt. It's funny. You kind of pick one. I guess we all do our research, but you almost pick one that people that you trust have, right? I don't know if Smitty, you did the same thing when you upgraded some of your bikes.
Well, yeah, when a buddy says, "Hey, man, I tried these and they're great," and you jump on their bike and ride around and you feel the difference, you're like, "Well, that's what I'm going to go with," because and I'm with Jack. Jack said earlier, YouTube, the trend that happens on YouTube, you see it jump off. When one of us comes out and says, "Hey, this is the cat's meow with suspension," somebody else is going to jump on it and try it out and say, "Man, I think it's great," and it'll start a trend because I don't think you realize sometimes how much you influence people. But it is when a trend gets started. You'll see Legends was really hot for a while. Olene's have been around forever. I think everybody's can stick on them, but I know Legends suspension, word of mouth got them going, and now, man, they sell quite a bit. So
Smitty, that's a good point. I mean, we're all small YouTube channels, right? All four of us, but people do kind of expect us to give them good information, right? And that's why I know for us, we really only work with 2 or 3 companies. And somebody had sent me a message, I don't know, a week or so ago. It says, "Hey, I bought a Road Glide because of your videos." And one, you're humbled by that, but 2, you're like, "Oh crap, I surely hope he likes it," right? So, hey, Jackie boy, you are right on, my friend. I will tell you, I'm a guy that is a half glass full guy. And I think you're right. I think it's easy to bitch and moan, but we continue to buy Harleys because they're the best bike, in my opinion. So,
and plus, Colin just did a video on this talking about you could buy a motorcycle and leave it perfectly stock and just be fine.
Exactly.
It's going to last you for the next. Harleys will last. I've seen Harleys on the road from the 50s, and people are still riding them. So motorcycles will last. So.
Yeah. Hey, Blacked Out, man. Hope you had a good day today. I'm not taking it personally. You don't want to ride with me today, so don't worry about it, man. Let's see. All right. What is next now that we talked about that? We got a lot of stuff kind of cooking. And I think maybe it was you and me, Smitty, right? It's the closer you get to trips, motorcycle trips, it's almost like you're a kid at Christmas. I don't know if you guys are the same way or it's just me.
The night before, you're supposed to be trying to rest up. You've got, man, it's like 1 a.m. I'm staring at the ceiling. I'm going, we leaving 3 hours. I can't sleep. I'm not. It's that excitement of the open road, being on a trip, going. To me, it's never the destination. It's the ride. I'm one of those people that, I like going places, but man, I like the ride. So I get too excited to to sleep the night before. So by the time we make it to the hotel at the end of the day, I'm all zonked out going, man, I should have slept last night. So
yeah. How about you, Colin? I know we got some trips coming soon, right?
Yeah, I get pumped up for them, man. I'm looking forward to, it's sad that, every year when we take our vacations, at our jobs, I'm like, okay, well, 80% of my vacations this year are going to be rides. And that's cool, right? And that we're all like sitting here planning on it. Obviously, the three of us have some trips coming up here soon. I'm pumped up for them, man. When we send each other texts and say, this is how many days we have left. And I think, what are we at now? 26 now,
yeah.
Jack?
Come on, Jack. Jack, you're our update, man.
Jack has this app or this picture he always shows us, and it gets us fired up, like how many days. It's coming up here quick, our first one. And we've got, 30 days. I was a little off. So we've got 1 month before we start our like riding season, like big trips. And then boom, right after like 3 weeks later, and then there's another one. Then 4 weeks later, there's another one. So I'm stoked. I love doing those type of rides, getting excited for them. I'm like you, Smitty, like I can't sleep the night before.
Oh yeah.
Like it sucks. Cause like I'll like, all right, I got to go to bed at 10 cause I got to get on the road by 6.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to bed to like 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm dog ass tired. Then I'm drinking coffee all damn morning. Then I'm gonna pull over an hour later because I'm about to piss my pants. So that's a different story altogether.
An
I
hour?
don't pull over. I just keep going.
You wear those riding diaper shorts anyway, dude.
Yeah, but they're not like the pins, dude. They don't absorb.
How do you know?
I've tried it.
He said experience. Experience is an amazing teacher.
Yeah, and by the way, Jack, we are going to. Is it the windy or windy 9?
It's the windy.
Dude, I was on a video and I talked about
windy
it the other
9.
day, and I talked about it the other day, and I swear to God, I'm like, the windy 9, we're going to be down there. I'm like, freaking Jack. Now he's got me saying it, right?
No, think about it. They're both spelled the same.
They are. They should change that, shouldn't they?
They
so
should.
We're going to be there, 30 days?
They should call it the Twisty 9. There you go.
That's right. That's right. And Jack, you are in charge of what roads we're going to ride, correct?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, no pressure, dude. Just
no pressure right here.
It's little. Yeah. Dude, something a little more than the brochure, maybe, but
I think
he has a pamphlet.
I think it's hilarious.
Dude.
We started planning our summer trips, and I went down to Miss Station and said, look, these are the dates that I blocked out with the guys. She goes, well, wait a minute. When's our vacation? I said, I don't know. Somewhere in between these dates. Like, you got to fit it in there somewhere.
She got the weekend.
What's that?
She got this weekend, dude.
I know. That's a start, right?
You went and looked at old lamps with her today. What else can,
Hey,
put her back under the sink and let's ride.
Hey, we went in the house and the guy told us you can go over and stroke the leg lamp if you want. And everybody's like, and then we're with all these people. And they're like, dude, you're just weird. Why would you do that?
Hey, Bob Nelson, before you leave, congratulations to Bob Nelson who bought a new, I don't know what is it, 20-foot?
75-foot
trailer.
camper. Yeah.
And he's getting back in. He's getting into camping and getting back into his photography. And we're going to talk about friendships and stuff. And Bob is not riding a motorcycle right now. But Bob, you are our friend, and you're not going anywhere. So make sure you're staying with us, man.
But there will be. He said a big party at his campsite at VAM this year. So we all have to go up to the camper.
Yeah, he's a good friend of all of ours. So stay with us, my friend, for sure. So.
22 foot.
Yeah, is it 22 foot?
22. You said 75 foot.
Jack's always.
We all exaggerate. No, we all exaggerate about length. And Bob,
math.
Bob said 75 foot. That's funny.
All right. We love you, Mr. Nelson. Appreciate you, buddy.
See you, Bob. Have a good night.
That's for sure. And Jack, I think on Wednesday, the 15th of June, the three of us are going to be at Fink's Harley Davidson at 4 p.m. So we'd love to have people stop by and say hi to us and throw daggers at us or whatever you want.
And if you own a food truck, bring it out. We'll have plenty of people there to eat off your food truck.
Yeah, for sure. I did blacked out. I was down your way for sure. I did talk to the dealership, and they were pretty excited until I mentioned that Harley Dayrider was going to be there, but they're still going to be good. So
they say the only recognizable one of the three of you. Oh my God!
No,
like that gas station. Somebody goes, "Hey, it's you right here, Bob." And I'm like, "Oh, like shit." They all know you. And I was like, "Bob, take your helmet off on your videos, and they'll know you."
So
hey, Mary gave you credit today because on your Instagram you showed your helmet with your sunglasses. She's like, he's starting.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Smitty. So Jack and I were in Ohio riding, and we stopped at some gas station in the middle of freaking nowhere. And Jack's at a different pump than I am, and we still got our headsets. And Jack's like, "Dude, some guy's eyeballing me over there." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "You got your gun with you?"
No, he was pointing like this. Like,
yeah, I'm like, dude. So
his wife, he's like, is that a DR? Oh my God! And he comes running over. I was like, "Bob, you got your gun?" And it's like, then they come over, gave me this big hug, and I'm like, "Dude," and he's like, "You do them videos," and I was like, "Oh, awesome."
Dude, you were crying like a baby. You thought that guy's gonna.
Oh, shut up.
That's how it is going riding with Salty and Sprinkles. Because
I'm sure
everybody knows Salty and Sprinkles.
Everybody knows them, but they're on and you know them too for food, man. They can tell you the best place to eat.
Well, I mean, they take me everywhere with them because I mean, I've never said no to a meal. So you know.
Yeah.
But every time we go somewhere, we go out, we'll go somewhere, get something to eat or get a beer, and 3 or 4 people come to the table going, "Hey, I don't want to interrupt y'all, but hey, you're Salty and Sprinkles," and I'm sitting over there going, "I'm Big Smitty." You know who I am?
You're the Honda guy.
Like, you know who I am? They go, no.
I know. Do they carry a Sharpie to like give people autographs on their body?
You know what? Okay, Jack. What's funny is Salty hates people coming up to him. He can't stand it, and everywhere we go, people come up to him. He's the one guy that's like, "Man, I don't want people." People come up to him all the time. It's hilarious.
And he seems like he is a people person.
He is. He's one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. But
yeah,
like I said, he's one of those people who doesn't want you just coming up on him. You know how people are. They'll just they just pop up like poof magic. And go,
"Oh
hey,
yeah, I know."
You know. So.
I know. I was in a Sheets 2 weeks ago. Guy stops in line, turns around, he goes, "You're HDR," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like nobody says Harley Dayrider. They all just abbreviate it. And here he lives right in the local town here. He says, "I see you riding all the time through town." I'm like, "Well, jump on your bike and ride with me."
Cool.
Dude, it was your cousin. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, fans are fans, Bob.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right, Bob.
That's right. Hey, the first time I ever rode with Jack, I had 9 subs. 8 of them were family, and 1 of them was him. So that's how it all started. By the way, Jackie boy, that's good. Can we get action figures? How can we make
somebody
that
said
happen?
that somebody said I was in Erie looking at our bobblehead collection that's coming out.
The
Fireside Chat bobblehead collection.
Yeah, we need it for our egos, I'm sure, because it's you know how low those are, right? So that's Dallas, funny. Dude, famous guys at VAM. Who's going to be there other than us? We're going to meet you down there. So we are there, all 3 of us. And no, Toby, we're not having a party at the Airbnb because the owner is on site, so we can't do that. But you know how that works out. So
no, we'll be having a party at the what's that called? The greeting center, the welcome center.
Blue Bike Girl. I fortunately I haven't ate dinner yet, so I just won't read that one right there.
He does have one. He does have one with Colin has an action figure with assless chaps. It's pretty cool looking. So, right, Colin?
Oh, turn that shit off.
I'm sorry. I just
Smitty, I have a fan. Let's put it that way. These guys have been busting my chops for 2 years now about Blue Bike Girl.
That is your cousin? Yeah.
Hey, I'm jealous because my own wife doesn't like me. So that's that. Hey, if another female says something good about you, Colin, I'd take it, buddy.
No, this
Thank
is
you, Blue Bike Girl. We appreciate you.
This is a
We do.
55-year-old guy over 600 pounds in his mom's basement.
Wait, it's not. Hey, you know what? Wait, and Blue Bike Girl, since she's here, we were a little concerned about you at the beginning, but you're part of the group now, so we're glad
That's
you're
funny.
here. So you're liking Collins a little weird, but that's okay. I'm not sure I understand what this is, so I'm just gonna pass that one on. I don't know what
Pineapple Party.
So Pete's 1800. He said earlier how happy he is because he's got like 17 bikes in his garage, so he's good there. So, all right, hey, we talked a little bit about this. Obviously, the three of us are pretty close friends. Smitty, you could join the group if you changed your bike out, but this is just the start of trying to convince you. But I know you and Salty and Sprinkles are good friends, and I think there's sometimes more. It's like Bob Nelson. Bob Nelson's going to do something else and not riding, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to hang or talk to Bob or text Bob, right? How do you take that, man? Have you found some really close friends that the bike doesn't matter?
I have close friends that that don't ride, and I have other YouTube channels I follow, people that don't ride. Man, I'm super fortunate. There's a ton of YouTubers in Houston that I had. Like, it's crazy because when you get on YouTube, I never thought about how many people are around. I had been doing it almost a solid year when I met Salty and Sprinkles.
Wow.
So before we ever met, and then of course I met Setzer Pendants, who's in San Antonio, great guy, and then Colin, War Paint Customs, and then John Truck and Bikers here in Houston. So those are actually people that we ride with all the time. And then it's crazy that I'm friends with like Bolt Buckets in Australia, and we become friends through chatting with each other. And Bikes, Beards, and Brews, Ben, and Black Belt Bagger, and just all these different people, Skella Steve, and Chopper Fett. It's just all these different people that I've become friends with. And there's a guy up, Bob in Michigan, Freebird's Garage, Jay from Freebirds, who rides an FXR and does FXR stuff. We started out around the same time and started watching each other's videos and became friends through YouTube. And, every week when my video comes out, I can guarantee you Jay's going to leave a good comment, you know what I mean? And I do the same for him. So it's just cool the amount of people I've met through YouTube and made friends. And in Houston, people that I ride with that are actually, we're in a club together now that I wouldn't have ever met before. So,
Mrs. Monkey is in the house. And if you all don't know, you'll have to go back and watch Bry's, I think it was Bry's live feed where our brother Dallas, who we're looking forward to meeting, had a choice of which wife that he would get out of a burning building. And let's just say Mrs. Monkey didn't make it.
So that was a massive mistake because I'm the first one to tell you, and I hope Mrs. Monkey hears me. I would save you first anytime, girl. I'm letting you know. I have no problems telling Pro Monkey I'd save his wife. I'd push him in the fire. I'd save her. No problem.
Well, we watch the channel and the lies for her anyway. Who we freaking kid, right?
Yeah,
so,
I'm about to say you're not watching for him. So.
Yeah. Hey, our brothers Baggers and Brews have a ride this Saturday, so make sure to check out their channel. If you're in the Jersey area, go have some really weird tasting beer that these guys drink.
I might be doing that.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, you're pretty close to them.
Yeah, I'm about 3.5 hours from them. I'm pretty sure I'm
okay.
going to head up there for the day, hang out.
Wow. You didn't run that by us first, or
I did not. You find out first on live on your stream, buddy.
That's all right. I'm kind of liking our guest here, so maybe we can get him in full time. So,
to answer your question, I think you guys know this. We made the best friends through doing this, right? I mean, years ago, just slapping a camera on your head and then start chatting about nothing except a motorcycle and the people you meet. And then you all do group rides together. I mean, like last year with BAM, and then the year before that, we did a Northeast trip. We did down Carolinas. We've done so many different trips, and it's all because of people we've met through YouTube, right? And that's phenomenal. Obviously, you two guys, look at us today, where we met 2 years ago in West Virginia, and now we won't shut up. We talk every friggin' day now. We're brothers, and that's cool as hell. So, and it's not just YouTube. You could make a total amount of friendships or a huge amount of friendships from people just in your riding area. It connects us, right? I mean, you get on a bike and you meet another biker and you're just like, right on, let's get to know this guy. Most people are pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
Isn't it true the reason that you're a friend with me is because I sent you something free before we started hanging out?
Yeah, you did say. What did you send me? I forgot.
I sent you some
Lowers.
soft lowers for your street glides.
You bought your friendship.
I bought, yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's just. I just want to call it. Yeah.
I mean, when does that end?
Hey, look, are you judging us, Monkey? Come on. You still got to explain the pineapple thing.
He's not mad at you guys. He's upset with me for saving his wife. It's okay. Don't take it personally. He's angry at me. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Doug Morgan has a new bike, so we look forward to hearing more about that for sure. Jack, how about you? I mean, you and I met. We were the first two to meet, right? So
Yeah, and I think it was kind of cool that if you remember, we're leaving that gas station, and myself and Miss Stacy, my wife, we're in t-shirts, and Bob's in this big jacket, looked like an abominable snowman. I'm on the communicators, and I go, Bob, aren't you hot wearing all that shit? And my wife goes, you can't tell him that. You just met him. I said, I got to teach this guy how to relax a little bit, man. He looks like he's ready for a crash or something.
So after the safety talk that I gave Jack, I realized that the guy's known me for 5 minutes. He's already busted my chops.
I know.
We're probably going to be good buddies, so that worked out.
Fun. But you know what? And I've met a lot of people like Bob Nelson on here. You know, we've met him at VAM personally. We've had him on the show, guys, 2 or 3 times. You know, not to mention the local people, and like you said, Smitty, I wish there was more local moto vloggers in our area to get together, but we're stretched out across oceans, people that watch my channel and stuff, you know, so it's hard to get together, and it's hard, like us, we do it maybe once a year. Last year we had this brainstorm, hey, let's get us and our wives together. We thought that was a really good idea, and it was interesting, but everybody got along. We had a good time. We played some good games. We drank a few beers, and we played a lot of 500s. So, but it's all about meeting people, I think.
Well, it's funny that how much things have changed, because 20 years ago when I started riding, you'd go to a gas station on a motorcycle and be gassing your bike up and see another guy on a bike, and you'd start a conversation with him, and you'd get his number or what have you. Or, hey, which way are you going? Oh, I'm going this way. Well, I'm going there too. Let's go and you go get a beer with a guy or ride with somebody. That's how you met people. I mean, it's funny because everybody who had a motorcycle knew everybody else who had a motorcycle.
That'd be cool.
Within 5 or 6 neighborhoods, you all knew each other, and you wind up making friends that way. I have a guy now I've been friends with for the last 18 years that, I mean, literally we met through motorcycles, and we still hang out and talk. So, I mean, it's wild how things have changed now that we meet people on the internet and stuff versus back in the day when you was at a gas station, you and some guy rode to an ice house together and you became friends, you know. So,
and I think it's funny you say it. There's a guy down the street from us. I'll drive down or ride the bike down. He has 2 motorcycles in his garage, and I've never once even stopped to talk to the guy. I don't even know when he rides them. I never see him leave, but you're right. That could be a connection. We could ride together, you know?
Yeah. You know what? All the live feeds and live shows now, like ours, Monkey, Baggers and Brews, Bry, you know, I also think that that's kind of bringing people a little bit closer, because you're in there and you're having a few cocktails and you're just enjoying and meeting friends. And, you know, come on, you can't get through any one of those shows without a bunch of laughs and maybe learn something about motorcycles or somebody that has something in common that you're sending a message to. And except for this, by the way, Smitty, you don't have any of those seat beads, do you?
No, because when you weigh as much as I do and you put seat beads, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be
all right. Well,
not a good idea.
Well, Jack and Colin wear seat beads, and that's a whole different conversation that we should talk about.
I don't judge anybody,
especially with ladies.
I ride a Honda. I can't judge anybody.
Hey, Smitty, wait! You got to ride your own ride. I don't care what you do to your bike. It's your bike.
I don't judge
Smitty,
anybody.
After the show, we'll get rid of Bob, and the 3 of us will go on.
There you go. Can't judge.
Anti-beater.
I'm bringing Dallas on to try to make up for my craziness. So sorry about that.
There you go.
Harley Fatboy Jr.'s in the house. Welcome.
My buddy, that's a great guy right there, man. Love that dude.
Yeah. Mrs. Monkey, that's true. Droop. Droop is on with Dallas, right? Who else? Who else we missing? I don't want to miss any of those guys because they're just starting up and it's pretty funny. all the live feeds of everybody that we all follow is pretty good. So you're right, Dallas. Thanks, brother. You're sorry for missing that. I had something happen to me the other day. I was in the family room and my wife says to me, "Hey, I want to order something off of Amazon." And I said, "Okay, sure." And she goes, "It's a Barbie car for our grandniece." And I'm like, "A Barbie car?" And she's like, "Yeah, for her birthday." And I'm like, okay. And she's like, "We got to order it today." I'm like, "Well, why is that?" She's like, "Well, it's $99, but it's $62 if we order it today. But we get shipping." And I'm like, "All right, $62 for like a 5-year-old? Is that right?" And I went on and on and on. And then, of course, I was always going to go, "Hey, no problem. Let's go ahead and get it." But do you do stuff like that just to bank points because you know how much money you're spending on your motorcycle and they don't? Or is it just me?
Anything she wants, I'm like, "Oh, sure, dear. Oh,
Exactly.
get what you want. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? I picked up a little overtime. We can take care of that." Because I know. I put that in the bank for later. I'm like, "Oh, yes." Because there's always something you can buy. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you're never done with your bike. Everybody who says, "Oh, I'm done." No, you're not. You're going to find something you want. Trust me. So,
Yeah.
I
I
always put a little bit back in the reserve. So I go, "You remember when I got you this and this?" Well, now it's my turn. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, Toby, you're right. Christopher David Lawson, who's a PEA guy as well. You know, Toby, I appreciate you, man. You're always supportive of people. You're the one guy that's everybody can always count on to support. So I appreciate you. How about you, Colin?
My wife just buys whatever she wants, and so do I. That's how we look at it. I mean,
and that's why we work so much, right?
You guys know her, man. I mean, she'd rather go shopping, and I'd rather go riding. So I spend the money on the bike, and she likes buying candles and notes.
Hey, by the way, this is Blacked Out Bandit who said, "No, I can't ride with you today. I got something more important to do." But that's all right, brother. I'm not taking it personal. It's okay. It's all right. How about you, Jack? I mean, I know that now that you keep Mary under the sink, we realized today because you have a picture of that on your phone.
We have both found out years ago that when you're married, you should have separate banking accounts, separate checking accounts.
Is that right?
I tell you what, because you think about this, what do most couples get divorced over? Oh, you spent my money. Oh, you bought them damn pipes and spent my money. You spent the kids' lunch money on them damn handlebars. We don't worry about that. She buys what she wants. I buy what I want. You see a wall of helmets hanging behind me. That's only a part of the collection.
I know your wife. She doesn't talk like that, just so you know.
She's got 30 pairs. Wait.
Is that an impression?
She's got 80 pair of shoes. No, that's people that fight over money when they're married and get divorced. And so she got 80 pair of shoes and I got, 20 some helmets. That's the way life goes, but yeah, we have always believed in that. That's a good thing to do. Everybody on this channel do that. Do separate banking, especially if you both work. If one of you work and the other one stays at home all day and just, does home stuff, then maybe they got to ask for permission. But if you both work,
my wife just screamed from the family room watching our show. She's like, "Jack is done. You're done with him." Just so you know. So, hey, by the way, Ricky's got it. Bike is done. Now I buy parts for my wife's bike. Ricky, your wife is not watching the show today. Come on.
That's right. She's not watching.
You know what the problem with Ricky is? Riding with him, he's just like too nice of a guy for riding with me. I don't.
Does he live by you?
Yeah, about 30 miles, but a lot of traffic. So we've only rode a couple times. We'll ride again. He's coming out this way soon. So.
Hey, pull
she's going to buy 80 pair of shoes.
I love this.
Hey, Dallas, if you start at the beginning of the show, you can take that picture of Jack's wife underneath the sink, because trust me, I'm going to be blowing that thing up tonight and sending it out. So,
see, Dallas, I'll help you out, buddy.
That is great. So, she probably knows. That's one cool thing, and I talked about it today. Is I have a supportive wife that kind of lets me do my thing, and she gets to do her thing, and it works out well. So
it's a good marriage right there.
That's right. Smitty, what's been coming, man? I know your channel has been growing freaking crazy. And you joked earlier yesterday, I think, about if you ever had a Harley, how many, you'd have.
Yeah.
pro monkey type.
If you see me
Subs,
get
right?
hard up, if you see things getting bad, if you see me on a Harley, you know that I've lost my way. But no, I mean, I to be on a Gold Wing and to have 4,600 subs, I've made the joke from the beginning. I thought I'd have 2 subs, my wife and my mom, and I really thought my mom would unsub because I have a filthy mouth. So I mean, as far as things upcoming with the channel, I'm going to keep riding and doing my thing, and we're going to try. I think we're trying to do Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue up in Arkansas. I believe the club's talking about doing that. Of course, the Lone Star Rally comes up in November, and we do that every year, and that's a big deal for us. Love that. And I think me and the wife are going to take my parents are amazing, and they'll watch. I have 4 kids from the ages of 16 down to 5. So my wife, my parents are amazing about watching the kids. So I think me and the wife are fixing to do a 3 or 4 day trip here in July and just get out and go ride the bike. And I have 0 destination plan except to head north and see what happens. So,
yeah. Hey, you know what, man, dude, you're growing because you're like, I think a lot of people, and I kind of joke about Professional Monkey, right? He's one dude that just has fun, calls it like it is, honest, just everybody being yourself. And that's at the end of the day, what people are like, right?
I tell everybody that when you meet me on a live stream or you see me on YouTube, this is how I am.
Yeah.
The guys at work laugh because they all say the same thing. Man, you act the same way as you do at work. I'm going to be me. Some people are going to like that. Some people aren't, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody. So, but man, I just be yourself and have a good time. That's what this is all about. Enjoy yourself,
Exactly. Colin, what's going on with you, dude? Real quick. I know you just got back from Florida. I think you bought a house down there, a mansion or something.
Holy shit. I mean, not to get off track, but it's first. I've been to Florida in a while, so my kids are both in school down in Naples. One just graduated. You guys have any idea how much it costs to live? I mean, like the houses out there, blew me away. It was like we stayed in like a 3-bedroom. It was like 1,500 square foot B&B for the week, and they were selling that house, and it was probably, I think they listed it 950,000 just for that house. And then you'd walk down a block and there'd be like all these mansions, and it was insane. Beautiful area, man, but damn, I'm not retiring there, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's
great area though, man.
What's plans for you, Colin? What's coming up? I know that we got some rides.
Oh, definitely. We got some rides coming up. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having a great riding season. We've already started, but looking forward to seeing a lot of people out there this summer. And man, shit, I mean, think about it. I almost have like 5 different events I've got planned coming up this summer. 2 of them are with you guys, so I'm pumped about it, man. I can't wait.
So
can't wait.
So 3 aren't. Is that what
I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings?
Yeah, I'm a little freaking sensitive, dude, just so you know.
You're a little sensitive today, man.
From going to sensitive me to Jack. Jack, how about you, dude? What do you got going on?
It's funny because Toby Northern just said I get the red carpet award. Toby, the Grammy. Thank you for that, for the best advice of this show tonight. So I appreciate that. Anyway, I'm glad I can give some advice. Anyhow, so what do we have going on? Well, a lot of stuff, man. We're riding all over the place. We got some major rides. I got like a 3,500 mile vacation planned out. That's going to be a trip if we can get through the heat of the West. It's about all we can say right now, but
Jesus.
So I mean, it should be good time. Should be, good summer. We all wait for this all winter. We sit around, we sit and look at our motorcycles. We polish them. We go, damn, we just want to ride, and then we got and we're kind of like kids with bicycles, right? I think Smitty said earlier, like big kids with a bicycle. It's like, I can't ride. Can't wait to pedal my bike again. So
yeah,
it should be good times.
And Jack, we're all going to be down in Ohio, middle of June. So I'd love to meet up with some folks on the 15th, and then VAM is coming, right? VAM is going to be sweet. There's so many people that are going to be there that we haven't met yet, right? So, thanks, brother. Just that I'm so looking forward to not only the riding down there, but more just a couple days spending meeting people and shaking hands and learning about people more than just YouTube, right? So,
and we will find a triple nickel diner this time. That's my biggest goal on this whole Ohio trip.
Because we probably rode by it doing about 60, Jack. That's probably
we why. Right by it.
Yeah, Dallas, I'm with you. That's going to be a ride. So, hey, Smitty, man, I appreciate, you're your channel is funny, but you're a good guy. You do a lot for the community, good father, and just that's kind of what draws people to you, and at least for us. So we appreciate you being on for sure.
Thank you very much for having me. Had a good time with you guys. Bob, you're outnumbered. Colin and Jack got your number, but you did good. You held your own. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
Thanks, brother. We'll start the interview stage for you joining the team here soon. So, because Colin's out. All right. Hey, thanks for everybody. Thanks everybody for joining us. Have a great week. Be safe riding. And hey, there's a bunch of live feeds coming. Make sure that you get those and know what nights those are, because we got some pretty cool people.
Saturday morning, 8:00 a.m. Coffee with HDR. Don't miss it.
There you go. There's a bunch of them, that's for sure. So thanks, everybody. Right. Be safe, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Be good, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks.